Hey up everyone, I'm back again. So this time it's the HTC One M8's turn to go up against the Nexus 6, which is running Lollipop. Well, both of them are running Lollipop, the latest version. And it's quite interesting to see that the M8 is still quite an expensive phone. It's held its value very well indeed, even though it is getting on a bit now. And you can pick up the M8 for roughly 400 from most places. Obviously the Nexus 6 comes in at a premium, being a new phone, and that will set you back 400, 500. But we can see if the little HTC One M8 can keep up with the Nexus 6, both running Lollipop in this video. So we can start off as usual, putting them both on at the same time, so we can get a nice fair test going. And I have to say, in general, the Nexus 6 has been quite slow when it comes to booting up, so I do expect the M8 to get you going a bit quicker. You'd think that the latest and greatest from Google would be very fast to boot up, but it's not necessarily the case. And you see straight in there on the M8 and we're still waiting for the old Nexus 6. We're still waiting. Oh yes, we are. There we go. So that is annoying, but as you can see, even if you do reboot Lollipop devices, you still get everything saved in the background. But in terms of the app opening, we can see which one looks faster and looks more responsive. Starting off with LinkedIn. So that was virtually identical. M8 there. M8 again. M8 again. About the same. M8 again. Wow, it's really crushing the Nexus here. Nexus strikes back. M8 again. Ran out of apps on the M8 because the Nexus does support more apps. Obviously it's a bigger screen, but M8 again with that one. And Amazon about the same. Google Play. Nexus. Wow, that was quite quick there on the Nexus. Very well done. How about some Netflix? M8. Wow, very quick on the M8. Very nice indeed. How about your inbuilt apps such as the clock? M8 again, only just. Your calculator, about this. Well, Nexus, I'd give that a little bit. Google Chrome, M8, just by a little bit. and Windows 10 showing itself off here. Looked like a bit quicker to load the page there. Certainly looking forward to Windows Phone 10. I'm probably going to check that news article out soon. Let's go back to the home page. Oh, go to another website. I've had quite a few devices struggle when it comes to The Verge. I'm not sure why, but as you can see, both of them seem to have died when it comes to this website. Oh no, both phones are struggling here. And they're definitely transmitting data because I've still got the network indicator on the M8, but peculiar, can't seem to get onto that website. Maybe someone's hacked it. Tech Radar. Bit quicker then on the Nexus, which is quite cool. And they're even talking about the HTC One M9 here, not too long before March. So finally, let's go to Daily Mail. Virtually identical there. Wow, that was so identical. Not really seeing huge gains here on the Snapdragon 805, clocked at 2.7 GHz on the Nexus versus the 2.5 GHz Snapdragon 801 on the M8, as well as the 3 gigs of RAM versus the 2 gigs of RAM. So about the same there, you know, not too many differences when it comes to the web browsing, but we can try some multitasking, going back into stuff. That was quicker on the M8, I think. Let's just try a quick street view actually. I haven't done that. About the same. Very quick on both of them. Similar again. Quicker on the Nexus here. Where are the... So a very negligible difference here when you coming to your multitasking. I think both of them quite good here, and shouldn't be any problems. Can try some synthetic benchmarking just to see how much faster the Nexus is using good old Geekbench. So you got your summary there in terms of what you're running, and as you can see, very nice specifications. And we're coming to the end of it now with the Nexus 6 really powering its way through and finishing quite sooner. As you can see, quite a bigger score there, but it's not a huge difference really, and you can see that the M8 still does very well when it compares to other devices like the Galaxy S5 for example. You're getting a high score there, as well as the LG Nexus 5 and your Moto X. So very nice performance on the M8, but the Nexus 6 does kill it with the Snapdragon 805 pretty much coming on top there with the multi-core. Again, it's above the S5, which is quite good, but we can try some other stuff other than that, such as the GPS connectivity. So we can see here that both of them seem to have very good GPS connectivity, with the accuracy and the in-view stats quite similar. The Nexus seems to be a bit more accurate and have a few more green bars, which is good. I would expect the newer device to be a bit better. So no issues there. You know, I'd probably give it to the Nexus because it is using a few more and a little bit more accurate. But we can try the Wi-Fi connectivity on both of them. So really battling here for some data, and the M8 is pushing it, and the M8 is really pulling down lots of data here, nearly 7 megabits per second compared to 5 megabits per second, and the upload again very pitiful on the Nexus. Saw this before on some other videos, not sure what's wrong there. But with the M8 you're getting a decent but nothing spectacular result. Let's try it again. Again, the M8 is really kind of bullying the data down. Wow, 7 versus 6, and again pitiful upload. No, yes, no. Oh, maybe a little bit better now. Now it's the HTC which is having problems with the upload, but I'd say that I'd give it the M8 because it was better on the download for 2 of them. So wow, very nice performance there from the M8. So still the boss then when it comes to the speakers. However, I did expect the Nexus 6 to be trashed in that particular test, but it did surprisingly well, and I think it's because they are actually dual speakers on the Nexus 6, so obviously you're getting a good sound output, but the M8 does sound much more bassy when it comes to that particular aspect. Yeah, you know, I think the M8's done quite well against the Nexus 6 in general. We're saying that it's nearly a year old now, and you know, if you've still got an M8, it's well worth considering putting Lollipop on it rather than rushing out and buying a Nexus 6, because the actual performance of both devices is quite similar. And I hope you found this video informative if you are looking at these two devices, and as always, leave a comment or something if you want to see something else, and I will see you very shortly. Cheers.